You're watching this video because you teach college. Students are mostly 18 years of age and older. Adults, right? Adults can make their own decisions on whether or not they come to class, right? Well, yes and no. Student participation in class is part of learning. Being engaged in class discussions, discussion board, flip, group work, and listening to short lectures is all part of the instruction, whether in person or online, hybrid or blended. When students don't attend, they miss out on a lot. So it is important to document attendance. First, because it links to financial aid money, and second, it is critical to their success. Welcome to Taking Attendance and Why. Here are some ways to take attendance in an in-person or hybrid class. Calling roll. Hopefully this is only for the first few weeks. Then you will know everyone's name and can just look around the room. Assign seating. Although weirdly after the first day, they all sit in the same seats. Signing in or having a sign-in sheet. I've seen this done in bigger classrooms, labs, or art classes where students are working on projects right away. Do a fun question of the day quiz at the beginning or end of class. Could be random or course related. Use an app so they can use their phones. Work in groups and have groups turn in something at the end of class or a short presentation. A teach back. Here are some ways to take attendance in a blended class. Calling roll. Cameras on. If I see you via camera, you are present. Use poll questions in Zoom to ask at the end of class. When cameras are not on, I found students are there to answer roll and then leave. This will catch those students. Small group activity and put them in breakout rooms. Here are some ways to mark attendance in an online class. Weekly discussion board. Initial responses due Wednesday. Response to 2 classmates by Sunday. A weekly flip, which is a video discussion board. I rotate between discussion board and video in my online classes. Weekly content review or quiz. You can also see when the last time someone logged into Blackboard. I use this and will reach out if it has been over 7 days since they've logged in. I commented earlier a bit about why we need to take attendance. At the beginning of the semester, when you get the email asking you to verify participation, this is tied to financial aid. Records needs to know that the student attended class and did something, and there is a timeline. It delays students receiving their money, and they can get dropped from classes if it is not submitted in a timely basis. I love getting to know my students, and my goal is by the second week, I can greet them all by first name. And this can be done by calling roll, looking at your students. You may be asking a few questions. Attendance is critical for student success, and I don't think anyone can argue this. In any modality, students need to show up. And lastly, documentation. This actually helps when students go to your supervisor not liking their grade. We always listen to both sides. 9 times out of 10, the instructor tells us how many absences the student had or how many missing assignments. Then I can go back to the student or a mom and give dates of absences. Case closed. You can use Blackboard. It has an attendance option, an Excel spreadsheet, an old school green book, just ask the adjunct secretary in the adjunct office, or whatever else you like. Just make sure it has dates. So, we discussed the how and why to take attendance. For additional questions, reach out to your immediate supervisor.